Hi, and welcome everyone to our meditation and mindfulness session for today. My name is Skyla Ramirez, and we are working on balancing chakras today. So in the Hindu system, there are 7 primary chakras. Today, we're going to look at 3 of those primary chakras that are significant in managing attachment or our reliability on the earth and what it brings to us, attachment to other people and what those relationships bring to us, and finally, attachment to the self as it is relative to having an intimate connection to your ego, which sustains life in this plane of consciousness. And then maybe if you believe there is more of a spiritual connection or a higher self connection, we're going to look at that attachment as well. So let's go ahead and get comfortable and become aware of your breath. Breathing in through the nose as much as possible. Exhale from your throat, and you may want to exhale out from the throat with the mouth open to allow that breath to strip away any tension, any stress, any dis-ease in the body that could be an obstacle to relaxation. Inhaling in through the nose and exhaling from that throat, slowing down the exhale. Let's encourage the breath as it moves into the nose and down into the lungs. Encourage it to move down low into the belly and into the hips. If the breath naturally moves up into your chest, we allow the breath to meet the body where it is today. So you could fully fill the lungs all the way up into your heart. Just continue to focus on filling the stomach, the low back, the side hips. The lower abdomen fills with the breath first. So from this place where we're focusing on this natural anatomical breath, shaping that breath, the one we feel, the one that we sense through the body, let's now shift our awareness to the energetic characteristics of the breath. Perhaps softening through your hips and thighs, mindfully relaxing the inside of your left thigh and groin. Relax the right side of the left thigh and groin. Relax the buttocks, the low back. Relaxing the spine just behind your belly button and the side waist. Now, as we soften through the pelvic floor and the hips, we notice that we can receive an energetic characteristic of the breath through the hips. You may start to maybe even feel a softening in the hips and pelvis as you inhale, allowing the breath to rise up through your hips. It could come up to the chest and into the heart. And as we exhale, we feel an energetic pull down and out from the heart, out from the ribs, and out from the hips. Inhaling, the hips and the pelvis soften. Exhaling, that energy releases out from the pelvic floor, out from the hips. Pausing just for a moment after your exhale. Pausing just for a moment. At this point, pull up the pelvic floor and squeeze the glute muscles, holding for just 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, then let it go. Again, energetically feeling the breath move on the inhale through the hips, up into the lower abdomen. Maybe the breath builds into the ribs and the chest. Exhale, hips and pelvis stay soft as we release tension with the breath. Inhaling through the hips and the pelvis. Exhale, soften. Pause after this exhale. Contract the glute muscles, pull up through the pelvis, maybe even squeeze the knees or the inner thighs in together. Bring the thighs in towards the pelvis and groin region. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and now let it go. Softly inhaling and exhaling, receiving that energetic wave of the life force through your hips and pelvis and releasing it from the pelvis as well. Now imagine that low in the pelvis, there is an orb of energy that is wound tight, like a ball of twine. This is an energetic concept known as a granthi, a knot, an energy that is wound tight. And as this energy is wound tight, it is tense, it is holding. This energy holds on to unrealistic fears and anxieties, worries that are relative to not feeling safe, not feeling supported by the earth or by the universe, not feeling provided for by the earth or by the universe. As we exhale, again, pause, squeeze the muscles in the hips and the pelvis and the inner thighs, squeezing and contracting around that knot, around that granthi energy. And then when you're ready, release that tension and take a breath in, unraveling the psychological knot. As we open, as we unravel this energy and soften the body, we may affirm to ourselves, I have all that I need. I have all that I need. Now practice breathing in. Breathe in the emotion or the characteristic of abundance. Considering what is it to exist in a place where not only are all of your needs met, but you have more than enough. Breathing in abundance, breathing out a spirit of generosity, being able to give from a place where we know we have more than enough. Perhaps considering what there is that we desire in abundance in our lives. Maybe we breathe in peace, an abundance of peace. And as we exhale, we're generous in being able to extend peace out to others. Perhaps we inhale an abundance of forgiveness, the ability to forgive. Exhaling, feeling ourselves generous in our ability to forgive. Inhaling compassion. And then exhaling, sensing that we're able to extend much grace. Softening the intrinsic muscles that move from your pelvis through the lower stomach, even relaxing the intestines, the back ribs, the low back kidneys, especially softening the right waistline, the liver. Bringing awareness to a place directly between your navel and spine. As we become aware of this place between the navel and spine, we'll exhale, pause, and just contract the muscles deep in this place. pulling the belly button in tight, maybe even trying to pull the side ribs in and around this center energy in the body. Again, we're hugging and contracting around another knot of energy. When you're ready, release all contraction, all tension in your belly. Soften the intestines, the liver, the inner organs, and just breathe easy. Inhaling, we might breathe energetically in through the hips still. We may even notice the breath coming into the nose. As we exhale, we feel the belly soften and we energetically feel the energy move out from your belly, completely relaxing the abdomen. This energy is responsible for our relationship to others. How secure do we feel? How safe do we feel surrounded by others in our friendships, in our partnerships, with your coworkers, acquaintances, and families? Inhaling, exhaling, pausing, pulling the navel in, contracting the muscles around the navel, pulling the ribs in at the side waist. Hold it 3, 2, 1. Now release it. Inhale. Exhale, the whole belly softens, trunk of the body, back of the waist, side waist. All of this area softens to unravel any knots that are relative to our ego. Are we holding on to our pride? Is that affecting our relationships? As we unravel this particular knot of energy, we can affirm, I am open. I am open to hearing another perspective. I am open to listening to another opinion. I am open to accepting another reality. I am open to the thought that there may be more than one truth. Inhaling in the spirit of understanding. Exhaling acceptance. When you're ready, breathe in again. It'll come in through the nose, or energetically it will pull up from your hips. Bring that awareness directly into your throat. And as we bring awareness into this final knot of energy, moving into relationship to ourselves, the higher self, and maybe the more conscious self, the ego or the character that we project out to others. We may want to inhale, lift the shoulders just an inch or two. And then exhale, drop the shoulders down. Inhaling, lifting the shoulders. The shoulder and arm energy links to this energy in the throat. And then relax the shoulders. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, pulling the shoulders up just a little bit, maybe even hugging the intrinsic muscles of the armpits into the sockets or to the pit of the arm. And then slowly relax. Relax the inner arms, the inside of your elbows, your wrist, your fingers, space between the fingers. Soften the breath and let's shift it for a moment. Inhaling into the nose, up to the middle of the brain. And as we exhale, we feel an energy that drops down to the center of the throat, and then it moves out from your shoulders. Breathing into the nose, up into the middle of the brain, and then exhale, the energy drops down into the throat and out both of the shoulders. Affirming as we unravel this psychological and emotional knot, letting go of our ego, becoming more introspective. We affirm, I see. I see based on insight, acknowledgement of an observer, a part of us that can watch, part of us that watches us, knowing that part of us that can look back and see who we were at certain times in our lives, a part of us that may even know who we want to be, a part of us who affirms who we are. I see, affirming the ability to observe. Let's practice opening the body to receive a full breath from the hips, through the ribs, through your throat, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale, feel that energy drop down to your shoulders and out from the shoulders. All energies open, no holding. Soften through the hips, inhaling, breathing in through the hips, from the belly, through the ribs, to the heart, all the way up into the middle of the brain. And then exhale, that energy drops down and leaves from the throat and from the shoulders. Practicing this one more time. Big inhale, hips, ribs, heart, throat, and head. And then exhale, the energy drops down to the throat and out the shoulders. Connected in all places, balanced in all spaces, all relationships healthy. Affirming, we are connected to the earth, we are connected to others, we are connected to ourselves in a healthy way. From here, if you would, take your hands over the heart and just breathe into the chest space. I thank you for joining me today in our meditation. Please remember to join me in 2 weeks. Next week, I will not be here. I will be out of town, and I'm sending out a reminder email as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you have any questions, please stay logged on. Namaste, everyone.